My wife wanted an open marriage because she was bored, but when my new partner turned out to be a perfect match, she demanded to close it. I told her, "It's too late. I want a divorce." Now she's furious and trying to win me back. Hello Reddit talkative here. When my wife Emma approached me about opening our marriage, I was blindsided. "I love you," she said, her hands trembling as she toyed with her wedding ring. "But I feel like we've lost the spark. Maybe exploring other people will help us find it again." I didn't know what to say. We'd been together for 8 years, married for 6. And while things weren't perfect, I never imagined they were bad enough for her to suggest this. But Emma was insistent, framing it as a way to strengthen our bond. "It's not about replacing you," she assured me. "It's about rediscovering us." Reluctantly, I agreed. Deep down, I hoped it was a phase, a way for her to chase whatever thrill she thought she was missing. The rules were simple. Honesty above all, no secrets, and if either of us wanted to stop, we'd talk about it. Emma jumped in with both feet. Within weeks, she was going out more, dressing up like she hadn't in years. Meanwhile, I hesitated. I wasn't eager to dive into the dating world, but at her encouragement, and perhaps out of a flicker of spite, I set up a profile on a dating app, and that's how I met Lily. Lily was nothing like Emma. She was calm, where Emma was fiery, thoughtful, where Emma was impulsive. Our first coffee date stretched into dinner, then drinks. Conversation with her flowed effortlessly, as if we'd known each other for years. What started as casual companionship quickly grew into something I hadn't expected: genuine connection. Emma, on the other hand, wasn't finding the freedom she'd anticipated. The dates weren't living up to her expectations, and she often came home frustrated. One night, after yet another lackluster encounter, she vented to me. "Maybe this isn't working," she admitted. But for me it was working. Lily and I were clicking on every level. She wasn't just a distraction. She was someone who reminded me of the man I used to be. Fun, ambitious, and confident. When Emma noticed how much happier I seemed, her tone shifted. She grew jealous, asking questions about Lily she'd never cared about before. "Do you like her?" she demanded one evening, her voice sharp. "I do," I replied honestly. "She makes me feel alive again." Emma's face twisted with regret and panic. "We should close the marriage," she said suddenly. "This was a mistake. I don't want to lose you." I stared at her, the weight of her words sinking in. "Close it? Now?" I shook my head. "It's too late, Emma. You opened this door and honestly, I don't want to close it." Her eyes widened. "What are you saying?" "I'm saying I want a divorce." The room went silent except for the sound of her shallow breaths. For the first time in years, I felt a strange sense of clarity. Emma tried everything to win me back after that night. She cooked my favorite meals, reminisced about our happiest memories, and even suggested therapy, but it all felt hollow. The truth was, the spark she claimed we'd lost wasn't missing. It had simply been smothered by years of neglect and one-sided effort. With Lily, I saw a future built on mutual respect and understanding. With Emma, all I saw was resentment and regret. The day our divorce was finalized, Emma cried, begging me to reconsider. But as I walked out of the courthouse, I felt something I hadn't in years: freedom. Emma wanted to rediscover herself, and in doing so, she forced me to do the same. Now, I'm stepping into a new chapter, not with anger or bitterness, but with hope. For myself, for Lily, and for a life where I no longer feel like a second thought.